We move on to fight number 4. This is an amateur bout with a weight limit of 73 kilograms. Scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Please welcome first, fighting out of the blue corner, Chia.
All right, so we got Bevan fighting out of South Coast MMA. Was on the last Eternal MMA card. Really good stand-up skills, moves really well. I've seen him in training as well. What are your thoughts on him, Aaron?
Well, Bev comes from a Sander background. If people listening at home aren't aware what Sander is, it's kickboxing with takedowns, generally a Chinese sport. Very, MMA without the ground game. So they do specialise in a lot of very good takedowns from kicks. So hopefully tonight we get to see Bevan show off something, particularly that you wouldn't see. He did unfortunately have a bit of a bad showing against DJ Barron in his last fight. Was pressured down and just crumpled on the floor.
Yeah, just a really good kind of jiu-jitsu based heavy fighter last time. To see if he implemented the changes in the gym to make all the changes to affect his game plan tonight.
Also like to make the call that he is the best hair and the best looking guy in MMA in Perth at the moment. It's a bit of a big call.
Yeah. Also being a southpaw, if I'm not corrected as well. So interesting to see how he matches up with his opponent, being probably orthodox as well. Yeah, moves really well on his feet. He's got really good angles, effective striking as well. So it'd be good to see if he can show some of those skills and implement them into his game plan.
It is always interesting from a standpoint to see different striking styles coming in and how they can make such a difference. So hopefully we do get to see some of that Sander tonight.
Yeah. Looking in great shape. Fight at 73 kilos tonight. I think that's just border on the lightweight division, if I'm not corrected.
Please welcome his opponent fighting out of the red corner, Sean Boyd.
All right, so we got Sean Boyd training out of Kick-Ass MMA, originally from Ireland, if I'm not mistaken. So. And you know what they say about the Irish, so it'd definitely be game to fight.
I'm familiar with Sean Boyd. He's a kickboxer, very game young guy.
Yeah.
Has spent some time training overseas quite extensively. Had a bit of a big weight cut.
Oh, really?
Last night. Usually walks around about 80 kilos.
Okay.
He got down to 73 for this fight.
All right.
So he's looking a little bit tired, but hopefully that's just his very bad tan.
Definitely not something that his one coach is not shy of, is Steve Kennedy cutting weight, so I'm sure he would have given him all the tips of the trade there to replenish himself and come back for the next performance. Training out of Kick-Ass, he'd be covered in all areas, so he would have an understanding of all areas, whether it's stand-up, boxing, wrestling, takedowns, jiu-jitsu. So it'll be a good matchup. We'll see. I don't know, Steve and Ramel, interesting enough, used to be training partners themselves, so got a bit of a coaching rivalry as well going on here today.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pokemon.
First, fighting out of the blue corner, he is trained out of South City Combat Sports, officially weighing in at 73.2 kilograms, with a fight record of 2 fights for 1 win. Ladies and gentlemen, Chia. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, trained out of Kick-Ass MMA by way of England. He officially weighed in at 72.7 kilograms. This is his second fight. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Boyd.
All right, here we go.
My prediction for this fight, Hilton, is a slugfest.
I'm thinking, well, interesting to see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, oh, and he looks to take it down immediately. Sean Boyd coming out very aggressively and could be looking for a Kimura there. Bev showing good stability and control on the ground. See how his hips are very high there, trying to make him pay on his weight, but the problem when you have your hips so high is that you leave the other guy on the bottom to get their hips through and come up and escape and get half guard or potentially full guard.
You often see this happen with two guys that like to strike, a bit worried about each other, and it becomes a wrestling match, like I mentioned earlier.
Yep. So we'll look to see what happens here. We'll look to see if Bev can potentially posture up and look to land some effective strikes. And we'll look to see if Sean can potentially improve his position, sweep, or potentially stand back up to his feet. What I must say, the advantage from looking to take it down early is that you do get a bit of time to compose yourself a lot more than whereas when you stand, it's a very intense process. So he could be looking for an arm triangle there, potentially see how he's got his arm wrapped through, but he does need to get over onto the other side to make that effectively control him. You don't want to gas your arms out too much as well. It's only the first round, the first minute, so be cautious there, Bev, to not use all his energy on focusing. Excellent head position as well, putting it right on his chin to make him control him effectively. Sean needs to look for an underhook to potentially get back up to his feet and use the cage to stand back up.
Not really a lot of anything going at the moment. Both guys seem to be quite happily muscling each other around on the floor a bit. Would be nice to be able to get Sean to be able to place his back against the cage, hips out. But Bev seems to be, again, quite happy holding him down. Yeah,
I think Bev's also trying to avoid him doing that as well and really controlling his head to make sure that he doesn't allow him to get back up. Oh, good right hand there. He needs to do more of that, of posture up. The thing is as you posture up, you create more mobility. But he's got that underhook now. We'll see if he can use it to stand back up. No.
Ref obviously gesturing for a bit more action on the ground just before that little exchange.
Still got that underhook there. So that could potentially looking for Sean to stand up. So that's his left arm under Bev's right arm, if you can see it through. The ref might saying they need some more action, otherwise he might stand them back up.
Yeah, that's the second warning now for both fighters to be a bit more active.
"20 seconds of the round." Yep, good left hands there. Bev's landed. 10 more seconds of the round. Look to see if Bev can finish strong here and land some effective strikes to really tire him out. And time. Not a lot of whole action, but if you had to give it to someone, you'd have to go in the line of Bev for the takedown and then control. And Sean not really doing much in the way of striking or anything like that.
Yes, unfortunately for the people watching at home, we would like to see a little bit more biffo, but you know, sometimes these things happen.
We'll see if the second round is a little bit different to the first round. Fighters being able to be a little bit coached by their team and give them some minor instructions to see if they can implement a different game plan. We'll see how Sean comes out because he came out super aggressive. We'll see if he now comes out a little bit more cautiously and doesn't get rushed into that takedown straight away. Bev did well whether he rushed him like that and he took him down. He saw their advantage and he took it, and then made him pay. Even though he wasn't active, he controlled the remainder of the round through his mistake there. Both fighters looking equally as fresh though, in comparison to the last few where they've been fairly tired. Both fighters looking quite fresh.
We're now starting the second round.
Round two.
Here we go. So immediately again, Sean taking a different approach, not rushing him so much. Like I said, we've got Bev, who's a southpaw. Oh, he looks like he's switching to both. Oh, beautiful spinning kick. Oh, and Sean makes him pay and gets that takedown.
And that was one of a very famous kick in Sander.
Yeah.
Jump spinning kick on an approaching target. So
beautiful kick. Oh, and a good knee on the inside there, right in front of us here. Oh, and Bev lands a good takedown there. Let's see, so they're back in the same position as they were in the first round. Half guard, Bev being on top, Sean at the bottom. We need to get Sean to look for that underhook and get back to his feet.
Seeing a mirror opposite of pretty much what happened in the first round right about now.
coaching staff from Sean giving him some advice there to stand back up to his feet, get him to post up onto his elbow, to his hand, and then stand back up again. And Bev just kind of happy to sit in that position and effectively control him, but not landing a lot of damage. We'll see if the ref makes a big impact and gets him to stand up this time. Bev landed some pretty good strikes there. And this could be very, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's a bit of for Sean and for a lot of these guys, being stuck in an uncomfortable bent-up position, someone leaning on you, grinding on you, it does really take it out of your endurance.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. It's just mentally really tough. And to come out with third round and do it over and over again, it's just really difficult. I've been put in that position many times before, and it really takes a lot of heart to stay in the fight and to potentially come out of a bad position. So for Bev, he needs to keep staying in that position and keep landing more effective strikes. Sean really needs to look for an underhook and get to a better position. Whether it's full guard, whether it's standing up, whatever it is, he needs some action. Otherwise, he's going to lose this fight. Here we go. So we'll see if he can stand up here. There we go.
Ooh, nice knee.
All right, let's see what happens here. All right, puts him against the cage. Bev doing well to try to circle out, and Sean doing well to keep him on that cage.
Sean with a high underhook on his left arm, and nice.
Good reversal there. Looked like he could potentially looking for a single leg there, Bev, or an ankle pick. We'll see what he does now. All right, potentially trying to lock up a guillotine maybe there. Good knee on the inside.
10 seconds left in the round. Hopefully Sean can turn it around, steal the round back.
And time. End of round 2. Kind of similar story to round 1. A little bit more in the exchanges there. But Bev's still taking him down and controlling him for the remainder of the fight. What's your thoughts, Aaron?
Yeah, I did mention earlier that I was hoping for a stand-up battle to see both of these fighters showcase their stand-up skills. But they've decided just to sit on the floor. So
yeah, I mean, you saw a glimpse of the striking there with Bev when he threw that jumping, spinning back kick, which was great. The crowd seemed to react to that one as well. So hopefully in the second round we get to see a little bit more of it as well. Sorry, the third round. Sean does looking like the more fresher fighter, to be honest with you. Looked like Bev kind of exhausting his energy, seems to be breathing a bit heavier, where Sean seems fairly relaxed.
Sean did mention to me today that he came in close to 80 kilos, so it's quite a big jump, so he might have the physical size advantage.
Yeah, so it might be with Bev carrying that extra weight on him around, he's getting a bit tired. Plus you got all that adrenaline in you as well. Definitely plays a factor. All right, final round, here we go. Okay, here we go.
Round 3.
Looking for that spinning kick again, I think.
Yeah, you see the switch with Bev's hips?
Yeah. Oh, it's a good inside kick there.
Sander guys are very, very good at stopping pressure fighters.
Yeah.
So watch for those inside leg trips, those kicks. He'll kick off his lead leg and switch his lead leg quite a bit.
Oh, it's a good head kick
Very
there.
nice head kick.
Yeah. You can tell his striking is another level as well. He's just really good on his feet. Looking at there. He's looking for the takedown again there. Oh, and straight to mount this time. Oh, well, Sean almost to sweep there, but Bev doing well to stabilize his position and remain in control of that mount. See if now we can posture up and look to do some serious damage from that mount position. So Bev being in mount position, ladies and gentlemen, which means he's sitting on Sean's stomach. This is probably one of the better positions that you can be in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu contest or MMA fight. Very hard to control your opponent's body, and you're able to allow very effective striking from this position. There Sean got escaped to half guard, but now he really needs to stand up because he's losing both rounds, and unless he finishes him, I don't think he's going to come away with that win.
Sean's doing the right thing by being active and stopping Bev from posturing up and landing those strikes. It does look like Sean's having a bit of a trouble advancing position though.
Yeah. I think Bev put some time in the gym on those grappling exchanges, because it seems that this time he's definitely he's prepared for that process. Got to be careful that he doesn't hit the back of the head there, ladies and gents. Hitting the back of the head or behind the ears is illegal in MMA. Oh, here we go. He could be looking for a choke now. He's got the arm underneath the chin. See if he can lock his other hand up and finish. It's looking pretty tight at the moment. I think he's going to tap. Almost tap. He's underneath. And he taps. He finishes. I'm pretty sure that's the way Bev lost the last fight. Then he comes back and finishes him in the same way, just on the opposite end. Good improvement. Great improvement to see that.
You see a real professional sort of guy when he comes away with a loss, works on his weaknesses and comes back and uses those weaknesses to take a win.
Yeah, 100%. It's really good to see. You can tell he's got a big prospect in the MMA industry. The way he moves on his feet is really good. He's filled that gap now of the jiu-jitsu and wrestling process. So definitely big things coming up for him on the MMA scene.
Very, very fluid striker from what that small percentage we did see. It was excellent.
The referee stops at about 2 minutes and 14 seconds into round number 2 for your winner by rear naked choke. Out of the blue corner, Bevan Chia.
I think Sean would be a little bit disappointed with his performance there. Well, from what I've seen in the gym, I know he's better than that. He just couldn't implement his right game plan that he was looking for.
Yes, from my experience seeing Sean, he is a very good striker. But unfortunately, that's the difference between kickboxing and MMA.
Yeah, I think also Bev's implementation, he did really well. And then on that first round,